Well, I'm on the back of my place, and I want to show you something that I did last year that has really benefited me. This is the back fence where the woods start there, where that wood is piled up, those tree trunks, and maybe you can see that back, those back T-posts. That is the very back of my property. Over my left shoulder, about 300 yards, is the front of my property, where you saw the creek exiting the property the other day with some tremendous force. This is the creek that feeds that, as well as other runoff. I'm standing on the big bridge that I made for the tractor, and this feeds my pond, which is huge right now, running over, backed up, way up into here and everywhere. Kind of hard to get perspective, I understand, when you're looking at videos, but last year, all this here stayed so wet. And I say last year, we're talking about last winter. All this stayed so wet because there's a place right up here where the creek, where a pond on the land next to me overflows. When it overflows, the creek comes through here. Well, I fixed it. I thought it'd be a good idea to just bring it down into this natural little draw. See, it's kind of puddling right there and down, and I kind of cut another little creek channel. You can see part of it right there. I'm not standing up high enough to see all of it, but that just got to where it just stood in water and just got to where I couldn't, it just marshy during the winter. And this is still soft. My ground is rock hard when it's dry, and it is gumbo soft when it's wet. Proof of that is in the summertime I have dug post holes with a pair of those post hole diggers that you use by hand. I call them blister makers. And I have actually, there's two spades like this, and I have actually curled the end of one of them, of the two spades up, curled it up because I was trying to dig, they're supposed to be like that, and I have curled the ends of them up trying to dig post holes out in this land when it is dry. It's something else try to drill or dig post holes in the summertime. But what I did last year, let me come off the bridge, and some of you have asked me if the cows use the bridge. Yes, they do. That's proof. Organic proof that they use the bridge. But something I did last year to try to rechannel that water, I thought I was doing good the year before when I rechanneled it down through here. So I came in here last year and cut that little ditch, that little creek, and as you can see, it is flowing pretty doggone fast. This is, again, from the land behind me, which just sold not too long ago. Ridiculous amount of money. Land here is valued at anywhere from $15,000 to $30,000 an acre. So I don't know how long I can hold out without taking advantage of that. But that land just sold to a doctor. He's going to build a house in a few years, and I'm sure it'll be nice. I will be the eyesore of the neighborhood, I'm sure. That's okay. I was here first. Anyway, so I just came in here basically with a tractor, actually from this side here, with the tractor bucket, and just scooped it up, dumped it, scooped it, dumped it, scooped it, dumped it, scooped it, dumped it. First I came through here with my blade at a tilt, my box blade. You roll it down on one end where it tilts, and cut a straight line, what I thought to be a straight line, and it kind of follows the contour. But and then I came in with a tractor and scooped it and dug it out, and then took the box blade and smoothed it out a little bit, and smoothed the bank out here where I had piled up some dirt, kind of moved it out to the side here. But anyway, water comes from here. That is about a 6-foot rise. It's kind of hard to tell again, but I'm looking basically at the bottom of my fence, so I'm going to say that's a 5 to 6 foot rise from this creek up to that fence line there. So it's got a good fall, a 6-foot fall, and about 200 feet, maybe, something like that. And anyway, just redirected the water. I didn't really cut a creek through here, but just kind of came through the box blade and kind of wanted it to go that way, and just I didn't cut a creek because I wasn't sure if that would work well, and it didn't. So this time I came in here and cut this little creek, and man, it works real well. It's still got some water over there, you know, got some standing water I showed you when I was standing on the bridge, but it's nothing like it was. This is working real well. So I intended to put a culvert in or something like that, maybe some I didn't know how much water. That's quite a bit of water. It's more than I thought came from that little pond, because it is a dinky little pond. But it's not just the pond, it's all that land. We've had a lot of rain. All that land is also draining this way. But anyway, this is my creek. This is the origin of my creek. That is the side of my property, and that is the neighbor's pond. That's the dam you see right across here, and that is the overflow pipe on his of his pond, and it is flowing into my creek, fills up my pond. Let me just take you over here real quick to the fence. Not only is it overflowing from that pipe, but it's also coming around his spillway. His spillway, this is the dam. His spillway comes around and comes through here. So a lot of water, not just pipe water, but spillway water too. That's where it comes into my property. I've got that cattle panel down in there, but the force of the water will kick that cattle panel out, and it's okay now that I don't have sheep. When I had sheep, I would put I'd put a hot wire across it, and I do have varmints coming in right now under that fence because I don't have a hot wire there right now. I had 2 dogs on the place the other day, and I got to do something about that. That's a whole nother video. His pond has to fill up before my pond can. He catches a lot of water when spring and summer. If we get a good rain, he'll catch all the water, and unless it is enough water to overflow, I don't get any of it. At least not from this creek. I'll just get overflow from my land. But anyway, just wanted to show you that. The bridge is holding up well. I don't drive across it very often with the tractor, but you know, it's probably been a dozen or 2 times that I've gone across it with a tractor. It's holding up real well. The pond is full. I showed you what the aftermath of the rain the other day, when I'm sure this creek was out of its banks, probably, you know, a foot higher than it is right now, coming pretty close to the bridge probably, backed up and everything because of the rain we got because of the rain we got, and when I showed you up on the front of my place where where I had to dig out all that stuff at the front. Crisis on the homestead. I'll put a link to that at the end of this video. Anyway, just thought I'd show you this. If you have a place where you want to redirect some water, just take your tractor, and if you've got a tractor and a front end loader, if not, a box blade would have done it, but front end loader allowed me to dig a deeper channel. I wasn't sure of the fall and everything, so I want to make it deep enough to where if it didn't come down real well here, because it's kind of a rise right in here, and I wanted to make sure that if it didn't come up here that it wasn't going to overflow that way. So I dug it pretty deep. Anyway, worked out real well. Just want to show you that, and show you that I do have lots of water coming in from the neighbor. And I love to see a creek flowing. During the summer I got nothing, you know, it's just dry. I don't have a full-time. I have what's called a wet weather creek, not a dry weather creek. So I love to see the creek running. It's just something I wish I had all the time. Doggone, I wish. Anyway, this land right next to me is up for sale, and it's 14 acres. It's got 3 buildings on it, 3 barn type buildings on it. One of them is 2 of them have living quarters in them, but not, you know, anything special. And it's $420,000 for 14 acres and basically 3 steel buildings on it, small steel buildings on it. $420,000. So anyway, that's it. I just want to show you that and show you that you can redirect. If you got a place that's getting marshy, and you wish you could redirect some of the water, find the flow, find the way gravity's going to take that water. You're not going to make that water run uphill. So find the way that gravity will take it, and then you can help gravity out by giving it a channel to run through, and that's what I did here. So hope that makes lots of sense. And we'll just walk over here where the water's trickling through over this little root, and just listen from there. I like that. I wish it did that year round. If I ever move from here, I'll try to find some property that does do that year round. Pretty nice. All right. Again, it's still a little wet out there, but nothing like it was because of the little creek I made. All right. I believe that's it. We're gone.